Hello, besties. You may have seen this background before in a few of my other videos, but I am in Florida this week for Father's Day visiting my dad with my brother, and I brought quite the stack of books with me. I'm going to be reading this week and seeing how much I can read. I've been kind of in a slump this past week. It was my birthday week, so that's kind of the excuse. I was kind of busy, but I didn't pick up a book once. I mean, I read a few pages of a few books. I'm in the middle of 3 right now because I didn't know what I was in the mood for or what I wanted to read, so I thought it would be fun to take you guys along, kind of reading on vacation with me, seeing how much I could read this week. Maybe we'll go book shopping. First, the books that I brought with me. I have 3 in here. Shout out bestie Haley. I fit so much in here in my bag on the way over and then packed these 2 in the suitcase because I didn't want to carry so many books. I brought quite a few and I have quite a few downloaded on my Kindle, so we have lots of options going on. First, I just recently bought this 7 Summer Weekends. You'll see the theme of all of these books are summery, beachy, vacation type reads. That's what I'm in the mood for, I think, the most. And then I brought Beach Cute by Beth Reekles. This is the same author as The Kissing Booth. I just thought the cover of this was really cute. I brought along with me Not in Love by Ali Hazelwood. This one recently came out and I'm so excited to see how I feel about this one because I've heard not mixed reviews, but I know this one's more spicy and it's like marketed more spicy than most, so I'm interested to see how I'm gonna feel if I start this one while we're here, which I feel like maybe I will because her books are always really fast-paced for me. Then this is the book I recently started. It's not the one I'm currently reading, which I'll get into, but I brought Off to the Races by Elsie Silver. I don't know why, but I feel like summer is very much Elsie Silver vibes. I want to reread one of the books from Chestnut Springs. I think I know which one I want to do, but we'll wait until I'm home. So I didn't bring that one with me. I almost did. It's her Gold Rush Ranch series, her first romance series that she wrote, but is becoming traditionally published. So this one I saw at Barnes the other day. It's the first one, and it's about Billy and Vaughn. I literally am 38 pages in, so I don't know too much, but we're definitely going to be finishing this one up. Last but certainly not least, I brought along with me Happy Place. I brought some annotation supplies. I have some tabs in here. If the weather is nice, which has been kind of gloomy here, as I've seen the past weeks, it's been raining a lot. If the weather's nice, I'm in the mood, and the vibes are right to start this, I'm rereading Happy Place. I was going to do Beach Read because last year I reread Beach Read while I was here, so it's kind of like a annual thing almost, but I feel like Happy Place I wanted to do right now. Loving funny story and wanting to read another Emily Henry book, or needing another Emily Henry book, I think we're gonna do this one. If you're wondering what I'm currently reading, I'm reading on my Kindle right now. My flight was this morning, so I needed a fast-paced book, so I downloaded Frida McFadden's new release, the 3rd book. I think it's the last one in the Housemaids little series she has. This one is called The Housemaid is Watching. I don't have too much to say, even though I'm 70% of the way through this book. I started this morning, really fast-paced, as is all her books, and that's what I needed for my flight, because if you don't know, hate flying, so this is what I needed. It kept me occupied and it kept my attention the whole time, but it's very slow. I can't really see the point of the story. I feel like now it's finally picked up, but we're 250 pages of a 360 page, like, I don't know. I just feel like usually her other books, like, there's more plot twisty things in the beginning, and especially the first 2 Housemaids, like, there was a lot more suspense and stuff. This one, I feel like there's not much of a point. Until right now, I feel like, okay, we're kind of connecting dots, but that's why I didn't really talk about it today, because I don't have too much to say. I'm not loving it, but I'm gonna finish this one today. I don't have too much time left on it, and then I'll probably continue either Off to the Races, or I don't know which one we'll start next, but I'm excited to see what I read this week. Maybe I'll get out of my little slump, take you along with me, read some fun beachy books together, and I will see you once I finish this, once I start my next book, maybe tomorrow because I'm going to dinner right now. I'll see y'all later. next day. I finished The House Me Is Watching last night. It was good. It was okay. I think I gave it 3 stars on Goodreads, which is probably the rating I'll stick with. I feel like the first half of the book was very slow setup, and being that we already know our main character, like, it doesn't need to drag on. Like, I feel like we could have gone to more like plot twists or something like that. I don't know. It was very slow build up. I did appreciate that it was years in the future. Like, our main character that we followed in the last 2 books in this trilogy, she was a lot younger and now she's older, she has kids and whatever. I feel like there wasn't a lot of suspense, or I wasn't really interested in the story, and then all of a sudden I think it started picking up part 3, because this book is kind of split up into parts. That's when it really picked up, but before that I feel like some characters were acting a little strange, and I don't know, I just didn't love it. And then it picked up the second half of the book, more part 3, and like further after halfway. I didn't expect like the plot twist that was happening. That wasn't my main thing I was thinking of, or my theory, so it got me, but it wasn't like jaw-dropping or anything. One of the things I did like is the connections to the first book, the first and the second books, with like characters or situations and stuff. I liked the way that she was able to kind of intertwine it. I liked the way that she ended it, but it's not my favorite by her. I didn't really like, I don't know, I didn't think I needed to read it, but I guess I would say I'm happy that I didn't completed it. Not my favorite book by her, but like not the worst. It was just nothing too crazy, which I feel like she usually gives more craziness in her books, or like plot twists. And then I'm continuing to read Off to the Races by Elsie Silver. This is her first book, which I could honestly see a little bit coming from her first book and reading Chestnut Springs and her like writing style, and also her newest release Wild Love. I feel like her more recent books are more dialogue heavy, which I love so much. This one is a lot more like internal monologues and stuff that's going on, internal dialogues. But about Vaughn and Billy. Vaughn's grandfather passes away, and now he has to take control over the ranch that his grandfather had, and his grandfather kind of raised him, and he doesn't really talk to his family. He's not really close to his family, but now he has to recover the ranch. But also, when his grandfather passed away, he like a scandal kind of came out about his grandfather that he now has to kind of like take under control. So there's a lot under his belt, and he has to hire someone to help with the horses that are going to be competing. So he hires Billy, or his grandfather's best friend hires Billy, and she is really on task to handle this one horse who no one thinks is ready to compete. She kind of has to work through it. So you have that side of it. There's kind of like 2 storylines going on between Vaughn and Billy kind of meeting, which is definitely, I would say their relationship is slow burn, even though physical stuff happens, but like scenes within them, there's not been like too many. I feel like right now the forefront is the horse and saving the ranch and getting to know these 2 characters. I feel like I don't really know them just yet. I'm enjoying it. I love Elsie Silver's writing. I can't believe this is her first book. That's like so crazy that I'm reading her first book, but very fast paced. I just think it's less dialogue than her more recent ones, which I love so much about those books. It's good. I don't think it's gonna be like my favorite book by her, but definitely giving summer vibes, which is what I needed. I'm 156 pages in so far, so I'm excited to see where this one goes, how I'm gonna enjoy these 2 characters and as a couple in comparison to like her other series or other books that I've read. And I'm excited to read this whole series and just like be completed with all the Elsie Silver books that are out, at least right now. As I'm reading this, Billy reminds me a lot of Willa as a character. So if you liked Willa and Heartless, I feel like you would like Billy. She's very strong. She's really good. Like the banter is really funny and really witty, but I don't know who Vaughn reminds me of. I don't think he reminds me of anyone. Just that he's definitely his own. I mean, he definitely has like the grumpiness that a lot of the Chestnut Springs men have. And there's something else I was going to say and now I forgot. Oh, we met Violet in this first book, which if you read Chestnut Springs, you know Violet is the sister of the Eaton brothers. I'm excited to get to her book too, because I'm interested to see like her story, because you see a lot of her on the side during Chestnut Springs, you know, kind of like the vagueness of her story. So I'm excited to read that one, which I think is the second book. That's all I had to say. I don't know why I was thinking about that, but Billy's giving me Willow vibes, especially this one scene that just recently happened at one of the horse shows. The way she reacted, I was like, that is so Willa, and I love Willa. Anyway, I'm gonna keep reading. I'm just like 10 pages in. No, not 10 pages in. 10 pages from when I last talked. You guys don't care what page I'm on. Page 290 right now, and it looks like I have this much left of the book, but I went onto my Kindle to read while I was doing my makeup before. Tell me how I'm 80% of the way through. with this much left. Actually, I'll tell you, because this book is actually 330 pages. I think it has extra either the next book or something in the back of this, which is like a lot of chunk, because I looked up the page count in this and I went all the way back here and I was like, oh, it's like over 400 pages. And I was like, the pacing is getting really fast. Like things are really picking up. Like we're at a third act something going on and the relationship went really fast. Like so much was happening and I was like, what's gonna happen next? Like we have so much page count left, but reality is we don't. I only have like 40 pages of the book left, which is crazy. It's gone so fast. I just love Elsie Silver's writing. I can't believe this is her first book. Like it just like feels like true Elsie Silver. And I know that's crazy to say because it literally is her book, but after reading so many of them and going back to her first series, it's like trying to see like if her writing has changed and stuff, and it definitely has. I feel like her books, or like the newer ones, especially like Wild Love, you can see the change from like at least this one. It has the spice, it has the banter, it has like the backstory to the characters, it has the country-ish vibe, the small ranch vibes. This one I haven't fully connected to because I don't love like horse riding. I don't really connect to that in any way, but I do love our characters. I love Billy. I love Billy a lot as a main female character. I just like, she has depth to her, but she's also witty and funny, but you know, she has like this background. And I don't love Vaughn. I don't think he's gonna be my favorite Elsie Silver male main character. Like I just don't think anyone could top Theo, Cade, Jasper, like our main men. I just don't know if it's possible. I really do love her writing so much. I binged this book all day long. Like I couldn't put it down, and I'm definitely gonna finish it. I don't know what I'm gonna read next. I don't know which one I'm most in the mood for. So far so good. This is feeling like either 3.5 to 4. I don't really know where I'm gonna land. We'll see how it ends. I want to see like how we deal with what just happened, because like I said, I went to like a third act, something is happening. I was so confused because I thought I had so much more left of the book, and I feel like that's maybe why I felt like it was going so fast too. I'll let you know when I'm done and what I start next. I have no idea what I'm gonna be in the mood for. Hello besties, it is now Monday. I've been doing a book a day since I came here. Saturday I finished Housemaids Watching, I think that's what it was called, and yesterday I finished Off to the Races. So this one was pretty good, and like I said, I didn't realize it was shorter than I expected, and I finished it on my Kindle because this one's Kindle Unlimited on the way to dinner, and I read the epilogue and then I went back to the book to see like what was at the end of this book, and there's an extended epilogue in this Barnes version that I bought, and then the end of it is actually the prequel novella. I thought it was going to be a sneak peek into the second book, which is Violet Eaton's book, which I'm really excited for. I'm so interested to see the dynamic between Violet and the male main character that she's supposed to be with. Seeing like them in this book, little hints of them, I'm like so interested. But it's called Out of the Gate, the prequel novella, and I believe it's actually about his grandfather, I'm pretty sure, and his, well, eventually wife, and like their love story, which you get a little bit of in this book, which is so interesting because it reminds me of everyone for Chestnut Springs asking for a Harvey book, which is their father. Everyone loves Harvey. I'm obsessed with Harvey. Like that's one of the part of the Chestnut Springs series I love so much, is the found family, and it's so interesting that the grandfather of Vaughn got his own book. I probably will read the prequel at some point, but I'm not going to read it now. But I just want to say that's what was in the back of this book that takes up like not a lot of pages, but a good chunk of what I thought was left of this book. But I think I gave this one 3.5 stars. It was very fast paced. I love Elsie Silver's writing, especially her first book. Like this is just like, you can tell, tried and true Elsie Silver, and I'm just excited to read the rest of them. It's not my favorite romance. I'm not totally obsessed with them. I did love Billy so much, like I said. I wasn't too connected to Vaughn too much, and I didn't love the ending of it. I don't know. I mean, I ended up liking the ending, but like what was happening, I don't know. I don't really have like complete thoughts on that, but I enjoyed it. It was really fast paced. Obviously I couldn't put it down. I just love Elsie Silver's writing so much. I can't wait to continue this series, and I can't wait for the next one in the series that gets traditionally published. I think comes out in July, and the cover is yellow and it's really cute, and I can't wait to read it. But I'm pretty sure they're all on Kindle Unlimited, so might read the next one soon. But I went to Barnes today. I wasn't gonna buy any books, but you know what happens when you go to Barnes, especially on vacation. I don't know why, I just feel like it's an excuse. It's like I'm on vacation, whatever. But the Barnes that I go to here is so nice. It's 2 stories, but I saw there's like a little poster in there that says that they're moving locations, and it's not gonna be 2 stories anymore. It's gonna be 1 floor. So I'm wondering if it's gonna be like the Pretty Barnes at Home, if they're gonna do like the more modern Barnes. I love this Barnes so much. It's the only two-story barns that I go to ever. So I'm so sad next time I come here it won't be there anymore, but I bought 2 books while I was there. So the first one I got was Summertime Punchline, which if you, actually I don't think I talked about it, but in my birthday vlog, I saw this at the bookstore I went to and I almost bought it. So I'm happy that I did it because I bought it while I was here. And this is actually a second chance romance, I believe, but it takes place in her hometown, which is the Jersey Shore. So anytime a book takes place somewhere that I've been, sorry if the wind is really loud, but if it takes place anywhere that I've been or like New York or something, I love reading about it. So I'm pretty sure this is a second chance, but I loved the cover. It's giving very summer vibe. So got that one. And then I had to pick up another Kristen Hanna book. I've been getting so many recommendations of all different books of hers that people love so much, and I honestly want to read all of them at some point, but the ones on the table, there's like a Kristen Hanna table that was there. The one that I got recommended the most that was on that table was this one, which is Winter Garden. I don't really know what it's about. I think it takes place in Russia. I think it's 2 timelines, and the mom who is very cold in the present day to her daughters, but it tells the story of why she's kind of that way, like how she grew up in Russia. I don't really know the exact storyline. I really didn't even read the back of it, just like one little blurb of it, but I'm excited to read this because this is a story about a mom who grew up in Russia and I'm assuming came to, yeah, they live in modern day Alaska. And my mom is from Russia, if you didn't know, and she traveled here when she was younger. So I'm very interested to read this one. I'm obsessed with her writing so much. Like I loved the 2 books that I read from her. So I'm very excited to read this, and I know it probably will tear my heart out because it's exactly what the other books I read by her did. But I started this book. I feel like if I'm on the streak of finishing a book a day, I kind of want to keep that going. It's already like 3:20 and I've only read a chapter of this book this morning. I'm pretty sure it's just about 3 girls who take like a spontaneous trip to Spain, but separately, like they don't know each other and they all go for different reasons, and I'm assuming they meet while they're there. I think it's just like a friendship type of book. I don't really know if there's a romance involved, but we'll see. It's the same author as The Kissing Booth, like I said. I thought this was YA, which I think this is like more new adult. Like a first girl that I met, the only girl I met so far is 19. She's not, I feel like, in young adult age range, so I'm interested to see how this is gonna go and if I'm gonna enjoy it. I don't really have the highest expectations for this one. I just feel like it's gonna be a fun, fluffy beach type of read. I was gonna start Happy Place, my reread, but I think I want to do this one first and then start annotating that one while I read another book. Cute. I like the small town vibes because they're on Fire Island, like small town beach vibes, but the way it's told is really, really cute. I'm really enjoying it. I'm like 113 pages in right now, and this book is only like 290 something, so I think I'm almost halfway, but I'm really enjoying it. Forgot I never said what this book was about, but our main character Addison's aunt passes away, but she wasn't really close with her. She never saw her or hasn't seen her since she was very young, and something happened between her aunt and her father, who's her aunt's brother, so they haven't spoken. They have kind of like a bad relationship. She doesn't really know what happened, but her aunt inherits the beach house on Fire Island to Addison, and Addison has like no really idea why. She'd never been there. Addison's going there. She met with the realtor, and her aunt basically told her, you have the summer and you can decide to sell the house after the summer and do what you want with it, but just like stay here over the summer. So that's what she's doing, and it's split in the 7 weeks that she's there, and so far each week someone in the aunt's life has come to the island, or aunt has met comes to the island and kind of like shows Addison parts of her aunt that she hasn't seen yet, and I love that part of the book. I think that's such an interesting way for her to like learn about her aunt and connect to her aunt, since obviously she's not here anymore and she can't while being here, and trying to see if she should sell this place. I love that part of it. It's so interesting the way it's split up and you're meeting these different people. Then there's also, I think, a small romance that's happening, but I like the way that it's thrown in because it's the neighbor. It's not like in your face romance. It's kind of like subtle, slow burn they don't really like fully get along, and I'm really enjoying it. It's really fast paced. It's a shorter book, again, like 295 pages, and I think the way that it's being told is really fun. Also, this cover slays. I didn't continue reading Beach Cute or Cute Beach, wait, what's it called? Beach Cute? The YA book or whatever. I don't think I was really in the mood for it. I thought I was. Then I started it. I was like, I don't think I want to read this. And I think I got to like the 3rd or 4th chapter, and the girl was going on the plane to fly over the long flight, and she started like panicking, and I was like, you know what? Probably not good for me right now. So I stopped reading that, but I'm really enjoying this one a lot. I think I have like 60 pages left of this book, and it kind of took like not a turn, but it's focusing on, I guess, more of the romance side of this, and I really liked the more women's fiction we were getting, not so much the romance. I don't know, the word choices she uses maybe, and their chemistry, I don't know, something is like off about it that I'm not loving. I liked more of like the fiction story about the aunt and like getting close to that and everything a little bit more, so kind of sad I'm not loving it now. And the only thing really keeping me going is I think I'm going to reread Happy Place after this, and I could not be more excited for something like in my life. Maybe it's because the past few books I've read after kind of feeling slumpy have been 3 stars. Like this one's giving like 3-star energy. At first I was giving 4, and I don't really love the way we went, so kind of giving 3-star now, around that area. I need a high rating. I need a 4 or 5 in my life, and I know that Happy Place obviously is going to be a 5-star reread, so that's what's keeping me going right now. I'm going to finish this and then start Happy Place, and I'm so excited. I'm not going to go too crazy with the annotating because I don't want to be spending like so much time on the book. I definitely just want to reread it, absorb it even more, and have annotate like the quotes I want to remember and the scenes, even though I did that with the first one, but I feel like going back into it with fresh eyes after reading it when it came out last year, I'm just really excited. Yeah, I definitely liked the first half more than what I'm reading right now, which is a little bit of a bummer, but I'm not hating it. I'm enjoying my time while I'm reading it. I think it's definitely a good summer read, summer book to read by a pool or a beach or just outside. So great vibes, but like not my favorite storyline that's going on right now. But I'm 16 pages in, obsessed. Like, I just love this book so much. The way she writes in this book specifically, I don't know what she put in her writing in this one compared to even Beach Read, which is my favorite by her. Something about the way she wrote in this one is like top tier, next level. Like, I don't know what juices were flowing while she was writing this, but it is just like the word choice is chef's kiss. Phenomenal. Wind just popped up. I'm so excited. Next day, I have some small updates. We went to the beach today for a little. It started raining, so we had to leave. Brought Happy Place with me and didn't want to read it there because I'm heavily annotating and just really want to tab and underline and stuff. I ended up starting Not in Love by Ali Hazelwood, which has been kind of anticipated release for me. I've heard mixed reviews, which I'll get into in a second after Happy Place. I'm 83%, not percent, I wish, 83 pages in. I'm on chapter 8. I have quite a few tabs. I don't know if you can see that, and I've been underlining and going through. I'm already obsessed, which I knew obviously with the reread it was going to hit harder, and it's just so good. Right now I'm just learning about Wynn and Harriet, how they met, and then it's like past and present timeline. So present ex-fiancés, but their friends don't know that they broke up or broke their engagement, so they have to pretend for the week because they go on a vacation every summer with their friends. I believe it's every summer for like a week. Her friend's house that it is that they stay at, she's selling it at the end of the week, so they have to keep the ruse up for the week. I just said week many times. That's what's going on with this one. Obsessed. Her writing again in this one is like none other. It's so good. Like I said, I started Not in Love because I've heard mixed things. I did read, and I saw that she also posted, Ali Hazelwood, that this is more of a physical book. It's under more erotica than her other rom-com-y type of books, but so far I'm really enjoying it. With her last release, Bride, I didn't love the storyline, but I love her writing, and even if I don't connect to the story or the characters, her writing is so good. Like, she just knows how to make it humorous. Like, I love her writing so much. It's so unique. This one. I don't really know exactly how to explain like the sciencey part of this because this is also in like the STEM world, but our main character Rue, which I'm obsessed with that name. I think Rue is the cutest name ever. She works at this place, and our other main character Eli works at another place, and Eli's place is trying to take over her place, something like that. Literally have no idea. They met the night before and they didn't know the situation that their workplace was gonna be in, and they met on a dating app just for like one simple thing, just a physical interaction, but that never ended up happening. Rue is this type of person that doesn't want to be in relationships, not really into that kind of stuff. She's more into physical stuff going on with people, like she'll meet up with them and like that's kind of her thing. So I think that's why this is gonna fall more into the spicy world, but so far right now I'm really enjoying it. Tension between them is really good, which I know is gonna break soon, obviously, if it's falls under erotica, but I feel like once it starts to pick up on the spicy heaviness, I hope there's still like a plot structure, because I love the plot that's going on right now. I'm really enjoying it. I'm enjoying the two of them because you can like feel in the air the chemistry and the tension, but obviously that's gonna snap soon, and I'm just hoping that when it gets more physical scenes that we still keep like the plot, you know? Anyway, I forgot what I was saying, but I'm on page 114 of this one. Today's my last day here. I leave tomorrow, so we don't have too much time. I want to finish this one, at least in this video. Happy Place may take me a little bit longer, but I need to say, when I was reading on page like 1 something, out of context, though I need to say this, it made me like go like this. He goes, I forget to look at other things when you're around. Not even like 2 pages later, he says, your damn mouth is the most obscenely lovely thing I've ever had the burden of seeing. Why'd he kind of eat there? But yeah, I think it's probably gonna pick up on the spicy. Like I feel it coming, so I'm just like hopeful. Even if I skim some of those scenes, I still understand the plot and the plot's still there, but I'm enjoying it. I love her writing so much, and I got the independent bookstore version, so they have a picture of them in the front, which is really cute. But I'm gonna switch between Happy Place and Not in Love right now, give some updates in a little bit. Hopefully we can finish this before I leave. That would be crazy. I don't know what it is about being on vacation or even just like not at home. I read just so much more. I think it's just because I'm like in a different environment. I'm relaxing. We'll see how far I get in the next day and a half. Not in a half. We leave tomorrow morning, so the next rest of today. Besties, it is the last day. I'm actually leaving in like 45 minutes, but I have like 60 pages left of Not in Love. I think I'm gonna continue Happy Place on my own time when I'm home, but I really want to finish this before I get on that plane. But the plane doesn't take off till like 1:30, so it's like 10 something right now. We have time. I'm gonna give like a wrap up when I get home of like all the books and stuff, because I feel like I don't even remember what I read. I don't even think I gave like a final rating on 7 Summer Weekends. I think that's what that book was called. Like I don't even remember anything. This book so far, I think my expectations were, I don't want to say they were really low, but they were just so different from what this book actually is. I think when I heard her explain it as more erotica than her other ones, I don't know why I assumed that was like the whole plot of it, but I'm pleasantly surprised, and I think it's because my expectations were so low and I thought it was just gonna be a purely physical book, that it wasn't gonna have like a plot and emotional depth to it, but it really does. Like the characters, there's reasons for the way that they act and why they want to be like this with each other, and it goes into depth with the characters, and it's more emotional, I guess, than I thought it was gonna be. I will say though, it's definitely her spiciest book, obviously, and their relationship is at first purely physical, you know what I mean? Like that's how it kind of starts. But I've read spicier books. I guess just compared to all of her other books, this definitely is the most spicy, but you can skim over those parts and it still has a plot, it still has emotional depth, and there's still like a story between them and like the workplace and like together and everything. I really am enjoying Eli as a character. I feel like the way that he can understand Rue and the way that she is and like what she needs kind of, and like all the senses, I really am enjoying that. Like he kind of can understand it. I'm enjoying Rue. She's definitely a different character than I've ever read. She has like stuff about her that like is why she acts the way she is, but her personality is a little bit awkward and like not very social with people. The way Eli can like understand her, I don't know, I really am enjoying it. I'm enjoying it more than I thought. I think it's because my expectations were just not too high for this one. I don't know why. I think just because I thought it was gonna be like all physical book, and that's not really my favorite type of romance. I usually like the more emotional romances before a physical one, but this has both in it and I'm really enjoying it. So I feel like it's not gonna be one that I think about too often, but while I'm reading it, I'm enjoying her writing style and the characters, and the plot's interesting. So far so good. I really didn't think I was gonna enjoy this one, and maybe that's why I'm enjoying it more than I thought. So I have like 60 pages left. We'll see how this ends, and I'll be on a plane ride home, and I will see you guys back in Jersey when I have a full wrap up of the books that I've read, because for some reason I can't remember anything. It's been a blur, but I've read so much while I've been here. It's been so fun. I'm gonna go finish this and I'll see y'all in Jersey. I am back in Jersey, and let's do a little wrap up to close out today's video. So first book we finished was The Housemaid's Watching, 3-star. Obviously I gave all my opinions on it, but not my favorite Freida McFadden book. I do think it was a good conclusion to this little trilogy. Then Off to the Races by Elsie Silver. This one was a 3.5. I love her writing style, put me right in the summer vibe, summer mood, but I didn't love Vaughn. He's not my favorite character, but I really liked Billy, and I'm excited to read the rest of the series. I can't wait to get more summer vibes from her. I'm so happy I have more Elsie Silver books to look forward to. And then I think that's when I started Beach Cute, and then DNF to this one. This one's not a hard DNF. Like I think I would go back to it if I'm ever in the mood for a book like this, but I don't know when that would be. This is more of a soft DNF. Maybe I'll come back to it, but I don't know when or if I will do that. Then we have 7 Summer Weekends. This one I don't think I ever gave my rating, but I'm giving it 3 stars. I haven't thought about it since I read it, but I had a really good time while I was reading it. I liked the first half better. I liked the whole learning about the aunt through people that knew her and them coming to the house that she inherited. I thought that whole storyline was really interesting. I didn't really love the second half of the book. I didn't love the romance. I didn't really feel too much of the connection, but it was definitely a good summer read to read by a beach or a pool or outside anywhere during the summertime, and cover is so cute. Then we finished off with Not in Love. I finished this right before we boarded the plane, so perfect timing. I ended up giving this one 3.75 stars. I don't think it'll be my favorite Ali Hazelwood book. From what my expectations were, I really enjoyed it. This is obviously her spiciest book, and their connection really starts physical, so I didn't really love that. That's not my favorite type of romance. For what it was, there was a lot of emotional depth and backstory to each of the characters. There's an interesting plotline going on in the workplace world and everything like that, and I really liked Eli and how he saw Rue, and I really enjoyed it. I love Ali Hazelwood's rating. It's not my favorite by her, but I think I was pleasantly surprised because my expectations were just like, I don't know why I thought it was gonna be just like spice and no plot, but it was really good. I really enjoyed it. Last but not least, I'm continuing reading or rereading Happy Place. I got to page 133 last night, and I'm going in with the tabs and the annotating. I'm obsessed with this book. It is so good. We're still early on in the storyline. We haven't really gotten to the depth of what really happened between Win and Harriet. We're at the point where it's like you're questioning what went wrong, but you feel the connection that is still there between the two of them. And then you get also the past timeline of when they met, how their relationship started, and their whole friend group, and like the friendship of everything. And I love it so much. Her writing in this is so good. Now I know how he'd taste, how he'd touch me, how quickly he'd become the foremost need in my personal Maslow's hierarchy of needs. Just a quick moment for that one. Anyway, I'm really enjoying this, as you can tell. I'm so excited to continue. I'll probably end up over the weekend finishing this, but we all know it's gonna be a 5-star. So what a way to end today's video. Thank you guys for coming along with me. Thank you for reading with me in Florida. I had such a fun trip. It was so nice, so relaxing. I read so much, and now I'm back in my game. I'm ready to read more. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Let me know if you read any of these books, your opinions on them. I'll see you hopefully in the next one. Bye!